time for Popular, the show where I talk about props, but not these kind of props. What? These kind of props. I'm Tara Jean O'Brien, here to talk about Proposition 19, which changes tax assessment transfers and inheritance rules. Whew. This is one of those props that I 100% definitely think we should not be voting on because it's tied to the state budget, of which we do not have the whole picture. But here we go. A yes vote supports this constitutional amendment to allow eligible homeowners to transfer the tax they pay on their current house to a new house that they might buy. It will also increase the number of times a person over 55 years old or someone with severe disabilities can transfer their tax assessment from 1 to 3 times. It will require that inherited homes that are not used as a principal resident, such as second homes or rentals, be reassessed at market value when transferred. Any additional savings or net revenue will go to wildfire agencies and counties. I wanted another one. Oh, this. A no vote opposes this constitutional amendment. This thing sucks. This prop. Oh yeah. This prop is hot garbage. Okay, my parents worked hard. They have a great house. And when I inherited it and used it as solely as my green screen studio and then an Airbnb, why shouldn't I get to do with it what I want? Currently, parents or grandparents can transfer primary residential property to their children or grandchildren without any tax adjustment. Meaning, if you bought your house in 1950, 1960, 1970, and I get it today, I pay the property tax from 1950, 1960, 1970. That's crazy. Other types of properties, such as vacation homes and business properties, can also be transferred from parent to child or grandparent to grandchild, with the first $1 million being exempt from reassessment when transferred. This would require the child to live there and not just use it as a rental property. Vote no on this. I deserve an income property and another drink. This prop would also allow homeowners who lost their home to a fire in the wildfires to buy a new home at the same property tax rate as their old home. And it would also allow older people to move to another home, like maybe one that doesn't have stairs or is smaller or is closer to their family. Those 55 or plusers, they could just rent the house from me that I'm gonna inherit. The LA Times says to vote no on this, and so does that chump. I deserve it. And again, this will help collect revenue from families who transfer their homes to their children, but we could also lose significant revenue from people over 55 who are already wealthy and could actually afford the new property tax rate in a new home. The nonpartisan California Budget and Policy Center calls this a complicated property tax scheme, and honestly, I can't say that they're wrong either. I worked hard to be nice to my parents all these years so I could eventually cash in on the house that they bought in Sherman Oaks for $150,000 that is now worth $1.5 million. Okay, like, were you nice to my parents all these years? Like, okay, I know this one is super confusing and it's meant to be, and again, I don't think we should be voting on it at all. However, I hope I've given you a little insight to each side of this so you can make an informed vote. This is Tara Jean O'Brien saying, no matter what, get out there and vote. I'm gonna be a TikTok star.